What up, Brant? Bro, thank you, Brantley. Turn this beaver up from a set that I placed last night. The beaver weighed 52 pounds. 52, 53 pounds. Hey, Cece. This is a monster beaver that I turned up today. I set a trap for it last night and I got it this morning. It's a beautiful beaver. It's a trophy beaver, a true once-in-a-lifetime beaver, and now I have two of them. I set this trap all alone, showing a friend who's never trapped before, and I set the trap, and it worked. It's a monster. Weighs 53 pounds. Doesn't really matter the size of it in Numbers, I don't even care. I'm just extremely excited. It's an old beaver. I'm proud of that. I got it in a trap that I set. So I got it in a trap that I set. Found the spot, found the sign, set the trap myself, and I was overly excited to go check it out this morning. Finally got to it after getting the things that I needed to get done, and I finally went, and the first thing I see is there's no trap right there. Now, I had a few traps set up in this spot because it's an enormous lodge. But the trap that I really thought, it wasn't where I set it. And I was like, I've only experienced one thing when that happens. And I found the wire and I pulled it, and there was a beaver in the ice. And it was a monster. Wow, Sylvia, thanks for that compliment. It's an absolutely beautiful, once-in-a-lifetime, gorgeous beaver. I can't even explain how I feel. It's just, I can't even explain how I feel in my home, where I was born and raised. I'm extremely lucky. Good for you, Brantley. Good for you. What's up, Blackout? Got blessed today. I also got a monster coon today. I have trapped now 2 coons in my lifetime. I've trapped 2 coons in my lifetime. Held 4 in my hands. What kind of air rifle, Brantley? That's what Peace is asking. What kind of air rifle did you get? So I have held 2 coons that I have trapped in my hands, and 2 that I found that were basically roadkill. One was roadkill and one was cast aside. And then I have now trapped 2 raccoons in the same exact spot in a set that I have placed. A big old boar and now a big old female. They're both huge. Look at this guy. A Ruger long rifle. I bet that one is really nice. Yep, Jacob. Thank you guys so much. Monster beaver I got blessed with. travel? Sorry that it's a mess, bro. But look at it. Oh, I was just looking.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. The notches in that, man. But I don't have the biggest hands, but that's a stud.
What a beaver, huh?
That's gnarly. Yeah, I don't have things.
Dude, it's unreal. Huh?
The cutter's on. It's not cracking.
I mean, I don't know for a fact yet, but I assume it's going to be a male. No idea.
I don't know. I feel like they both can get, both the male and the female can get pretty dang large.
I would assume. Then that one definitely seems like it's a bite. Those ones
Yeah,
do.
those two.
Has one nail missing. I'm not sure if it was from when it was expiring or. Yeah, right there. Look at how long.
Yeah, seems real. These ones, man, the amount of mud that this thing's pushed.
Dude, well, that
In his
mound is
lifetime-
above your head, for sure.
Say, in his lifetime, it's probably moved enough mud to pull this over.
Oh, dude, easily more, probably.
Yeah,
Probably more.
that's insane. That's a sick ass target.
Oh, yeah. That block is sick. Those blocks are dope. Yeah, I can't even tell you how I feel because
Yeah,
I
man,
want to
it
get
is
it
me.
mounted.
What's up, Brantley?
Oh, is that? It is Brantley. It is Brantley. Thanks, Johnny. Thing is huge. You inspired me to start hunting. That's so
yeah,
awesome.
I saw that, man.
I think he may be talking to Blackout, to be quite honest. So what do you got going the rest of your evening?
Xander's a little bit, like, throwing up a little bit, so I just went to the store and got him some, like, Pedialyte popsicles and some other stuff, so getting him feeling better. And
Nice.
he is feeling alright. Yesterday, when I first got on the train, they were all asleep now, but, woke up and he had 102.1 fever.
Oh, that's not good at all.
He's at, like, 98.7 now. It's actually a little scary, especially after last time, so.
What's up, Clement? Not a platypus, but kind of close. He just left, Brantley. He came by just to see it in person for a moment.
Let's let it roll.
I want to get it once again mounted, Garrett, which makes me feel really bad because I want to get it mounted so bad. If I had the money, I would do it without question, and I would also mount those two coons, first two coons I've ever caught, male and a female, both hogs. Let's work on this sucker. What a stud beaver. What an awesome, awesome, awesome beaver. We're so lucky. So I don't know if you heard me say that, Garrett, but I want to get it mounted. So badly I want to get it mounted. beast. It's a monster. True monster from my home. We'll give it one more before I... Let me know if when I am at this spot you guys can see and hear me. Wow. Wow. What incredible, incredible hair. How am I so lucky? So I like to do the hardest things first as much as I can. Wow. I was like, whoa. If you don't think they're in there, you're crazy. They're in there somewhere, I promise you that. They are literally called beaver beetles. So I'm cutting around their cloaca. Both the male and female, I have one hole in the rear. Just one. It's pretty fascinating. It has one big, massive cloaca, that's for sure. They should have never let us in this hunt game. beautiful hair. It's okay. A little bit of castoreum coming out of the cloaca. One of my favorite things in this life now. Now, beaver in general is one of my favorite things in life, but the castoreum I really enjoy. It's pleasant to me. Ha! Chelsea, you're crazy. Exactly, blackout. To me personally, it's one of the most pleasant smells from another wild animal. I love pretty much all of it. And I think that attraction is normal. But there's something about castoreum. I've started to smell it in things that I never would have noticed if I didn't start to harvest beaver. Trying to think of what one of those things were. There's some things I've smelt recently, and I wouldn't have noticed that it's castoreum, if I didn't start harvesting beaver. What a good song. What's up, Cast, bro? I'm so happy to see you, man. I wish you could have seen the beginnings. If you haven't heard what I've said, set a trap for this beaver. Didn't know this beaver was there. For a beaver in this spot last night. Came back today with this beaver in it. A monster. It weighed 53 pounds. And it's incredible. So it's just wild. Wild. There's only so much you can do, so I don't try to fret about it too much, but I still try to do the best I can, especially with something like this. I mean, it deserves as much justice given to it. Wow. What an incredible, incredible animal. Wow. So I found a Slash was showing. Neither one of us have stepped foot to this lodge. And the lodge was above my head. It was enormous. There was a bunch of beaver sign around it. Never seen this spot, so I was like, we need to set some traps here. And the 330 that I set, it was in. So I'm trying to make as minimal as cuts as possible. I'm processing this beaver so I can keep the fur for the rest of my life. Hopefully you can soon as well, Cass. I've been pretty lucky to basically be going out trapping every day. Heavy sucker. Oh, my
need to turn that blade over. It's pretty dull. Come on.
It is a part of life, and this beaver is really old. Do not know what's in its stomach. I think we may find out, but it's had years to reproduce. We'll keep its fur for the rest of our lives. I love them so much that I do obviously feel a lot of varying emotions. I love these critters so much. Being way too. So I'm getting his legs, arms, hands, feet ready for when I tube it. It'll make it easier for me to pull the hide off. So I would love to mount it. What's up, Elijah? Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, everyone. You're right. As somebody who has the right to say it, because I've processed and eaten as many or more than most people of deer, you know, beaver is up there for its taste. Up there. You would be surprised. I would love to be mounting it. But I am, as you can see, I've already made the decision. I'm going to take its fur off whole. I'm going to tan it and preserve it. And it can theoretically last longer than my lifetime and maybe multiple lifetimes. With this beaver specifically, I'm going to make something special. Not exactly sure. But instead of letting it go to waste, which I would never, ever, ever do, I'm going to preserve it as best as I can. Everybody getting out of control. Boy, music. I love how it feels. To me, it's amazing. Now, something like this beaver, which is potentially one of the biggest beavers we could ever harvest, it's enormous. Where we got it in our home, in my home where I was born and raised. You know, I'll do everything I can to do this thing justice. I'll keep its, like a lot of its bones. I'm going to keep its tail. We'll tan its tail. Obviously, we'll keep its fur. This beaver I'm going to eat, specifically this beaver. I'm going to keep its castoreum glands and its castor oil glands. I may have mixed up the terminology, but etc. There has 4 glands, 2 that will hang and dry and use to make lure, but I'll also keep the other ones for the same thing. And the skull and the head is enormous. Let's see, it's like this wide. The fur is about the best fur on the planet as far as softness, warmth, and waterproof ability. Hey Meeper, thanks for the comment, bro. You guys would be surprised again. You can be skeptical, and some people just simply may not like wild game. I was raised on wild game, but I was also raised on domestic livestock. Obviously, I love chicken, pork, beef. Beaver is next to none as far as wild game. Some of the best. Hindquarters, I'll sear them, I'll season them, I'll brown them, I'll saute some vegetables, put that in a pot with broth, slow roast it for a couple hours, 2, 3, 4 hours, whatever. Fantastic. It's like a beef roast. I've said that you can absolutely give it to people and tell them it is beef and they would accept it. Don't believe me. we can do the experiment. The fur is incredible. It's incredibly soft. It's some of the most soft fur that I've felt. It's some of the most beautiful fur. You know, the animal, the fur itself, it's one of the most waterproof, water resistant, warm, dense furs on the planet. Cool. So I got extremely lucky. Thanks to Peace, who's in the comments. Peace in the Pursuit. You guys should definitely follow him. You guys should follow us both. Like, because we're both doing the same thing and we're doing a lot of it together, thankfully. You know, he's been showing me the ropes with trapping and teaching me everything I know about trapping. So if it wasn't for him, I would never have this beaver. But since the poor guy is a hard A worker, he was driving a train while I was setting traps. We're gonna go out tomorrow in the morning together and we will check these traps again, and then we'll go set some more than likely. Thank you guys so much. You have no idea how thankful it is and how nice it is to see people in the chat, in the video. I hope you guys like it. It's one of my favorite, most cherished things in this life, and to be able to trap a beaver like this, not damage its pelt at all. I have to make these to preserve it, which makes me very sad, but it has to happen. So I have to do that. That way I can preserve it forever. Thankfully, I get to do that. So Peace was with me filming quite a ways back as I made my way in on this trophy 6-point over-the-counter bull elk. And I got an arrow in it at about 11, 12, 13 yards as it was crashing through the timber right at me, thinking that I was a bull. Him and I have had a lot of firsts together. It's been pretty dang cool. I used his hands, and I'll use his feet to give me a little bit of leverage as I'm peeling up in here. And then now, as you see, I'm taking them off. That way, when I peel over, the hide will go over his hands easier and not get caught up on his awesome claws. Come on. Solved. Thanks, cute Melina, for that comment. I would love that. Analytical, I completely agree. Completely agree. What's up, Equalizer? What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's having a good night. As you guys see, I got super duper duper lucky. Super duper duper lucky. I'm turning over this blade. Yeah, I'm using a razor blade. It's funny, it works. It works. And I'm bumping some jams. So this beaver weighed 53 pounds. It's a true trophy amongst trophies. Of course, analytical. Bro, equalizer. No, buddy. Yours does not. I don't believe that. It's all relative, my man. Trust me. Trust me, it's all relative. I don't want to divulge too much. But I know what it's like to have a hard time, my friend, I promise. And analytical, I get really sad sometimes. Barbecue, nice gamer. That's exactly what I'm doing. So I know it's a way of life, and it is very saddening at times. It's hard to explain to somebody who, I don't want to sound too conceited, but my awareness of life, it's crazy to me that somebody would differentiate the value, the life value of, for say, a plant to any different animal. And so these things I love and respect so much. It's so hard to explain that I really don't. It's only something that's felt, I guess, and those that know, and those that don't never will. I promise you I love this animal and respect this animal far more than activists. And rant. So yeah, I'm going to take care of this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beast. Can't believe how big it is. It's insane. It's going to have a skull amongst beaver skulls, one of the biggest for sure. What a gorgeous animal. Look at its teeth. It's got these ever non-ending growing teeth. No, not beaver. Platypus. So this one this one I did not dispatch myself, other than the fact that I did set a trap. But they have teeth that are never ending growing. They're ivory that does not stop growing. So they continually shave them, and they're razor sharp. My backpack here needs to be a little tighter. better way. Yeah. Bye. If you guys like it, please like the video. Follow me. It's times like these that make me say, Lord, if you see me, please come my way. Something like a fingertip. Now I'm going to do the last cut that I'm going to do on it, which is a straight line from its tail all the way to basically right here, up in its chin. As straight of a line as I possibly can. Analytical, thanks for that. Well, Gamer, nice. Thanks for asking that. You know, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do because it's such a beautiful and big beaver. I want to do the best I can. Now, it takes probably roughly $1,200 to get it mounted life size. Maybe a little more the way I would want. And that's what I would like to do, but I'm not doing that. So I don't know exactly. There's definitely enough fur here for me to make an entire article of clothing. What that will be, I don't know exactly. I'm gonna tan its tail and make something out of the leather from its tail. I'm gonna keep a couple of, if not all of the toes from its back feet. I'll keep its skull. I'll eat it, but with the fur, I don't know exactly whether it may be a hat, whether it be part of an entire jacket, no idea, an entire scarfing system, but out of the fox, beaver, badger, skunk, coyote, mink, and all of the other animals, muskrat, etc., that we harvest, we will be making clothing and garments and bedding out of it, using the glands to make more lure to catch more of them. I have such deep love and respect and a hard to put into words connection, obviously, as we all do, because, you know, we all are one. And the way that I perceive energy and the way that things are operating, I don't like to harm a mosquito or a fly or a spider, anything. I swat mosquitoes. But, you know, I have a understanding that these other beings, as well as the plants, now you can take it into many other areas of philosophical, theological, scientific debates and perceptions, but you know, it's all sentient and aware. So, and it's all coming from and made up of the same thing. So to think that, you know, it's crazy, a wart, oh, maybe a tick, even a wart or something, or their nipples because it's a female. So in rent, I won't go too much into the goofiness. The beaver is incredibly beautiful. I'm overwhelmed with how beautiful this beaver is, and it's huge. So I'm about as lucky as they get. And the beaver's about as big as they get. Jimmy, the beaver is incredibly tasty. You'd be surprised, buddy. You would be surprised. I guess I need to stop training after a day of being out there and then before processing because I'm cramping bad in my feet right now. It's funny. What beautiful colors. Absolutely beautiful colors on this beaver.
Okay.
Right, vinyl. Yeah, the beaver are actually the second largest rodent on the planet. Capybara is the only rodent on the planet that's bigger than the beaver. And the beaver is the biggest rodent in anywhere in the world other than where there are capybara, which is actually, you know, there's more places where there are beaver than there are capybara. Come on, get going. There you go. Perfect. Just one straight cut. Should have sharpened this knife before I went to do this, but it is what it is now. So we made the final cut on the fur. Well, they connect Catholics, yeah, maybe capybara, but it was actually beaver that, you know, that is the words that are used. And it's such an amazing red meat that I would be super, my family, the vast majority of my family is that. So, you know, if I would have known, I'd be super stoked to be having this for Lent. Or on Fridays or whatever. And you know it. Ouch. Ha! I need a Windexy grocery bag full of money right now to the VIP section. Yeah. Ooh. Sometimes I forget to do some things, I guess. Thanks, Best. It's a big beaver. Thank you. That's so awesome, Rick. It's cool that you guys got 8. Good for you. I agree, Blackout, completely. It kicked him, Vinyl. Thanks, Final. Thanks. Sorry that I am not talking more. Yeah. I'm kind of overwhelmed with how beautiful and awesome this beaver is. I got super lucky. Super duper duper lucky. This guy caught on a 330 conibear, and I had all around this lodge, I placed 2 conibears and 2 different footholds on varying slides in and out of the lodge. And I put a couple different caster mounts and some caster around. So I don't know if he was coming up just to experiment, but both my buddy who's never trapped before and never stepped foot on this spot, but who took me out there because he's like, I need you to get these beaver. We both got there and he's like, you can see it's all fresh, and I could see it. There was fresh mud and fresh slides and stuff, so there's fresh sign everywhere. I don't think this is the only beaver, but this is the only beaver that we came away with today. I set the traps last night. Pretty much done with all the hard stuff, thankfully, so now I'm just needing to be careful and get it all taken off, is basically. Sorry for giving you the rump shot. Come on. Trying to get one teeny little section. Once it goes, I can go. If that made any sense. Got some big castorium glands. Sick. I guess there's not necessarily any, quote, easy part, but you get better at doing the parts that are that you can make mistakes on. Just want to really take your time, honestly. So if you can't see this area, I'm going to harvest those glands. Hope everybody's doing good. It's okay, because I'm going to, I'll wash that stuff up. It is. It is Roblox. Gamer. No. Because of the way that I got this, because I got it in a trap, there's no damage other than what I am doing by using my tool. Other than that, there would be no damage because it's still all in there. All of it is still in there. As you see, some of it draining there, which is my fault, but there's a lot of it still up in its diaphragm and in its veins. You see them, it's still in there. You can still see it inside of them. Keeps me every time. Gamer. The beaver, the best thing that we can realistically relate it to is something like a roast or an eye of round of beef. It's what it genuinely tastes like. It's incredible. It has back straps, sirloin / ribeyes, amazing. Hind quarters, just like roast beef. It's beaver. It's the only thing that I can relate it to. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a huge surprise and relief. It's very exciting that it is such a fantastic taste. So the only thing that I can relate the beaver to is beef. But it's got this castoreum, it's got castor oil, and it's got its own oils like every other animal, you know, so beaver tastes like beaver. The only thing I can relate it to is like roast beef. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. Wow. Right now, I'm doing my best to remove its castoreum glands. The castor glands. Stay closed. What a castor gland. They are huge. Wow. No peace. It went out for me, bro. Hopefully you guys can see me again. I'm trying to get these castor glands out. They're the biggest castor glands I've ever seen in my entire life. And I didn't think to put the phone and plug it in, so I'm sorry. The phone died. I'm having an enjoyable time trying to perfectly remove these glands as clean as possible. So that's what I'm doing. Super duper duper fun right now. Did it connect? Can you guys see me again? I've been pretty glad what's up, man. What's happening? I got the magic, baby. Everybody knows I've got the magic in me. Then I can't explode, they just don't smacking at me. Everybody wants some presto magic. Magic, magic, magic. Ooh. When I hit the floor, the girls come snapping at me. Everybody wants some presto magic, magic. Ooh. See, when I ride, I'm one of my be like, see, I deceive you with my intergalactic ether. I can look like Aretha, so respect me like I'm Caesar. I kick it like it needed, sticking fluffy like I'm Caesar. I live it every day. Hocus pocus is my stilo. But I got that magic, baby. Oh yes, it turns to gold. But I've got the magic, baby. Oh, they be snapping, baby. Want some honkers? Honkers. Come on. Trying to figure out. There's one teeny little nick that I made. That doesn't bother me in any way, shape, or form. Where it's at. It's right where you hang them. And to be quite honest, it's not that big of a deal. Wow. Just trying to see the edge of this sack. Come on. It's okay. Okay. Ah, dang it. So, can you guys see along with my cramping? Yeah, you're right. I'll just do that. I'll do that real quick. Love you, buddy.